I thought giving my wife space would save our marriage. I didn't realize it would expose everything she was hiding. I've been married to Emily for 6 years. We met in college, back when everything felt simple. Back when she used to look at me like I was the only person in the room. We built a life together in Chicago. Small apartment at first, then a house. 2 cars, stable jobs, weekend dinners, Netflix nights. From the outside, we were perfect. At least, that's what I thought. Because somewhere along the way, things started to change. It wasn't sudden. There was no big fight, no dramatic moment, just distance. She stopped laughing at my jokes, stopped telling me about her day, started spending more time on her phone. At first, I ignored it. Everyone goes through phases, right? That's what I told myself. Until one night, she said something that didn't sit right with me. I think I need some space. Space. Such a simple word. But it hit harder than any argument ever could. I remember just standing there in the kitchen, holding a glass of water, trying to process what she meant. Space. From what? I asked. From everything, she said. From us. That was the first time I felt it. That cold, sinking feeling in my chest. Like something was slipping away, and I couldn't stop it. She moved into the guest room that same week, said it was temporary, said she just needed time to figure things out. I didn't argue, because I loved her. And when you love someone, you try to give them what they ask for, even if it breaks you a little. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into a month. And that space started to feel permanent. She came home late, sometimes didn't come home at all. Her phone was always on silent, always face down. And every time I tried to talk, she'd shut it down. I just need more time, she'd say. One night, I decided to stop asking questions. Not because I didn't care, but because I was scared of the answers. Then came the moment that changed everything. It was a Tuesday. I remember because I had just gotten off work early. I got home around 5 p.m. The house was quiet. Too quiet. Her car wasn't in the driveway, which wasn't unusual anymore. But something felt off. I don't know why, but I checked the security camera. We had one installed at the front door a year ago, just for safety. I pulled up the footage from earlier that day, and that's when I saw it. At 2:17 p.m., a black SUV pulled into our driveway. Not a car I recognized. A man stepped out, mid-30s maybe, confident, comfortable, like he'd been there before. He walked up to the door, and then Emily opened it. She didn't look surprised, didn't hesitate. She smiled and let him in. I just stared at the screen, replaying the clip over and over again, trying to find a different explanation. A friend, a coworker, a mistake. But deep down, I already knew. I didn't confront her that night, or the next. Instead, I watched. Every day, same time, same car, same man. And every time, she let him in. It wasn't just the betrayal, it was how normal it looked. Like this wasn't new. Like I was the only one who didn't know. A week later, I decided I couldn't take it anymore. I left work early again, but this time, I didn't check the camera. I drove straight home, and there it was, that same black SUV, parked in my driveway. My hands were shaking as I stepped out of the car. My heart was pounding so loud I could hear it in my ears. I walked to the front door, and for a moment, I just stood there, thinking about everything. Our memories, our life, the promises we made. Then I opened the door. The house was quiet, but not empty. I could hear voices, laughter, coming from the living room. I walked in, and there they were, sitting on the couch, like they belonged there, like this was their home. Emily looked up first, and the moment she saw me, her face changed, from comfort to panic. "Wait, this isn't what it looks like," she said. Funny how people always say that, even when it's exactly what it looks like. I looked at him, then back at her, and asked the only question that mattered. How long? She didn't answer, and that silence told me everything. The man stood up, like he was about to say something, maybe defend himself, maybe explain. I didn't care. I just looked at Emily and said, "You didn't need space." I paused. "You just needed me out of the way." No yelling, no screaming, just truth. I turned around and walked out, because at that moment, I realized something. I wasn't losing her. I had already lost her a long time ago. 3 months later, she called me. Not crying, not apologizing, just tired. "He left," she said. Of course he did. I listened quietly. Then I said, "I hope you find the space you were looking for," and I hung up.